Morning, guys. Captain Paul here. No regrets. Lifestyle. Heading on Amazed 4788 Bayliner. We're out here at Grafton. The Key West of the Midwest is what it's called. Anyway, this morning we got a strategy going on about what we're gonna do, where we're gonna take this boat, and how this is gonna work. Because we're in some extreme heat. I don't have a backup for the generator. They do have a Honda aboard, but it's not, we don't have the correct cords to plug it in. Got our flag, Pam finally, AKA Candy, found the flag yesterday. So we got our ADLAC flag up here. So proud of these guys and what they're attempting. It's just amazing. Just like we saw Robert passing us yesterday. It's just kudos to all these guys are our veterans and school teachers, and they deserve this. And so anybody that can help pursue their dreams and their happiness and what they're doing at this age, like 71 years old, which is 10 years older than me, and seeing these guys out here. Well, I'm gonna get a scrub brush and some soap. This morning I got a little emotional putting the American Great Loop flag up there for Pam and Mike. They're waking up. Pam's getting all the trash ready. But it's been, this trip, it's extremely hot out here. This section is probably going to be one of our hardest sections on us, the boat, because there's no place to run and hide. It cools down, so it should be a much better ride. But, I've already had the impeller. When we picked the boat up, we had to service the generator and put an impeller in it, and then I've just put another impeller in it yesterday or the day before over there on Lugston Tug service. So I'm relying on that generator to keep those air conditioners on and keep Pam and Mike cool, and so they're not getting overheated on this next trip. I'm washing the deck down this morning, getting ready. Me and Mike and Pam have a game plan. And I've been thinking today, I don't know why, I think it was all has to do with Robert and watching him, at 71 years old, and then Pam and Mike here, because these guys didn't fight behind drones. They didn't fight. It's a different caliber of man, if that makes sense. Like we fight behind drone. Our younger generation now fights with drones and missiles and stuff like that. And these guys actually picked up a gun and fought. And so it's very emotional watching these guys, and the few instead of that can do this type of stuff, and then they had to learn how to save a little bit of money too, and have it here in their golden age where they can have the privilege of being able to buy a boat like this, and then being able to do a trip like this is truly amazing in itself. And being able to be a part of it, for me, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, sometimes. Anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. I want to hear your comments. What do you guys think? What is your comment about all of this? Also, as we progress and move forward, there's so much stuff coming up that you guys, it's probably gonna blow some of your minds. So a couple possibilities. I'm working on the logistics of a couple different trawlers, but for the guys that truly watch the channel, we're gonna trying to figure out the logistics of doing some type of a raffle and giving away one of these trawlers that's ready to do America's Great Loop. But you have to watch the videos from start to finish to be updated on the information of what this is going to entail. And there's a couple boats actually on the market right now that I'm looking at very, very closely, and I've been thinking more. I've got to talk to a couple of people on how we do this, but it's definitely something coming up, and it all has to do with regel. It all has to do with everything going on, and I may jump aboard for 2 weeks, a month for training and everything, the whole 9 yards. So anybody out there, what I don't want to do is somebody, that is that shouldn't own a boat from the start with, because the insurance on these boats has gotten out of control. But for that guy that's, earned the privilege to do America's Great Loop, can afford the boat, but wants to take a chance. you know, and enter a raffle that he may get this boat that's completely ready to do America's Great Loop. That's the person that I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is the guy, I mean, if you can't afford a $5,000 insurance premium and $2,000 a month slip rent, then you don't sign up for the raffles. This isn't for you. It's for the ones that can do that should possibly be thinking about this and watching the videos and paying attention, because these are coming up. There's 2 different boats and 2 different opportunities. You guys, because that's all blood guts right there from this fish that jumped up in the back of the boat. So he hit like this back window right here. I think he actually hit right over there. And then he came down into here and started bleeding. He had blood all over our carpets, all over everything, all over the side right there. It looked like I rinsed it out with 5-gallon pills, but even these carpets right here, I'm just rinsing them and cleaning them. This was just full of blood and guts right here. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now, just cleaning out the blood and guts from our fishing expedition, I call it, with Mike. Yeah, you can see that's blood all the way up that window. So he hit this window right here. He slammed into that window right there, came down. The generator right now, he puts his switch into run, and then he's hitting his preheat, and then we'll start this generator, let it warm up for a minute before we stick power to it. All right, you're holding your preheat down. You can probably let go of that now. And then we'll just let our generator run for a few seconds and just let it warm up, and then we'll start switching power over to the generator. And right now we can go look and make sure that our front, because it does look like we have all 3 air conditioners on, and we're going to have to get rid of that, the bedroom ACs. Till we fix that breaker, you know what I'm saying, Mike? We have to run with two air conditioners. What happened was all I could find was a 30 amp breaker for this, and it needs to be a 50 amp. And once we get that, then he can run all 3 of his air conditioners. But for now, all we can run is 2, which keeps the boat plenty cool enough. The bikers are so proud of their flag. We found it yesterday, right, Pam? And then we got it put on there today. That flag, though, does a lot, because it'll help Mike when he goes to maneuver the boat. He'll be able to tell the wind direction. Well, that was a little tricky getting off the dock. A lot of current and a lot of wind. Hopefully, when we get to the lock, they'll let us do a starboard side, but if they don't, then we'll have to switch over to port. Look at that, Pam. We're doing 12 miles an hour just idling. Just idling. 1,000. We're like at 1,200 RPMs. I like our flag. Guys, that was an ugly docking. There's a lot of wind, a lot of current. But also, I got a couple of people calling me, asking me a couple of questions. One is, what's Pete doing right now? He's back at the Hatteras. He's helping George move aboard it. He's doing some projects. He pulled some steps yesterday. I said, man, you're gonna need a crane and a semi to move that damn thing. And then somebody asked me, a couple of people have asked me about what's Claudia doing. Claudia is in the Puerto Rico right now. And he's just waiting out the hurricane season. And then after hurricane season, he plans on moving again. And hopefully we catch up with him soon. See right here on the chart, man, we are full blown in the Mississippi now. We just come around that corner, if that makes sense, and this is it. So I think I'm just gonna stay on the 2 of this barge right here, and then this looks like a mobile home sitting there on top of the barge there, like it's like a work crew or something. So like I said, this lock that we're getting ready to go into it's big. It's a big lock, and there's 2 of them, I believe. That's a huge dredge operation right there. Going past the casino, go past the bridge here. There's another marina right under here. I've stayed at both of these marinas. And I called the lock and talked to him on the radio. He said, once we get past the bridge right here, give him a call, and we'll see what happens. I usually get held up at this lock for a while for some reason. Melvin Lock, southbound PC. We are under the bridge, heading your way.
Hi, Jeff. I have one coming up. He's going to be coming to the chamber in the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. And I can take you down after he comes out. So it'll probably be 30, 40 minutes wait.
Roger that. We appreciate it, and thank you so much. We'll see you in about 30, 40 minutes.
Stand by on the Illinois and Missouri side so you don't get his way.
Roger that. Thank you. Yes, he is. That's not even a big push. That's big, but it's not.
He's 3 wide?
He's 3 wide. I don't know how many long, but he's long. That was a, yeah, he's pushing some freaking water right there, baby. That's rolling coal. Look at the current right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said we can just float in the middle.
Yep.
Look at that. That's gonna be like a river right there.
Well.
Chambers here. They have chamber 4, chamber 1.
And this is how wide? 3?
Oh, I don't know, man. I'd have to ask the lockmaster.
Wonder what the turnover in.
For any of you new followers to the channel, any of you guys out there getting ready to do the loop like Pam and Mike here, this is what they call a chain of rocks. So it's just right outside of St. Louis, the Arches. When you've made it this far, when you made it to Grafton, you've made it to basically what they call the chain of rocks. If we went to starboard right here, we would go down there a certain distance and there would be a fence going across there. They used to let you go through it, but not anymore. So right there to the right, that is the Mississippi River. It isn't you can navigate it, but I don't believe you can do it anymore. I know when I came through here on my loop, there was a fence going across there and you couldn't run it. And then you have to come through this spillway right here, and it's called, and the name of this whole thing is called Chain of Rocks. On the other side of this, we're going to get into a whole different river system. We're going to get into the Mississippi, and it's just like heavily traffic with barges and all that stuff. And we're going to go through our last lock here, and then we're going to head down to Hoppies. And we're going to have to look and see what time we get through the lock, what time it is to our couple of destinations here. And we might be stopping at Hoppies tonight. We did call. They do have a place for us if we want one. And it's about a little less than about 35 miles from where we're at right now. Here in the comments, how many of you guys have watched the videos and how many of you guys have been through what they call the Chain of Rocks? Leave a comment. While I'm talking about it, Carmen, my daughter, who is running the store now, the No Regrets t-shirt store, has got it all up and running. She sent out a bunch of giveaways yesterday. Thank you, Bill, for all the support from the channel. You've got some t-shirt, a mug, and I think a hat. Don't ask me everything she sent me. You gotta leave it in the comment which she sent me, or send me my email. And then we had a winner the other day for the 2 mugs. He's in Texas, and I'll be honest, I can't remember his name, but anyway, he got a couple mugs coming. And we'll do more and more giveaways. I'm not going to do one today, but I will in the coming days do more and more giveaways from the store. And I appreciate all you guys, anybody that buys and supports the store. You see, I've got my No Regrets shirt on. I'm a huge logo person, so I've never really endorsed or understood the whole No Regrets lifestyle t-shirts and all that stuff. It was actually my twin brother, Pete, who got me wearing my shirt with pride, let's say, because it's really not about, it's not a logo of some big corporate sponsored thing. It's more about your life and what you did and how you lived your life. And that's what really got me to wearing my shirts. Pete always wears his shirts. He wears them with pride and he loves them. And he's always got a No Regrets shirt on. It was just recently, over like the last 6 months, every time I see Pete, he has his No Regrets shirt on. He just loves it. He loves his life. He loves what he's doing. And If it was up to him, he'd still be married to the same wife. I mean, he loved her. She divorced him. A little trivia between me and my twin brother. And we're complete opposites. Me and Bev are divorced, but another true statement is that we're both still very good friends with our ex-wives. We both talk to them. Pete just went to dinner the other day with Donna, and she actually watches the channel. My ex-wife Beverly, she does not watch the channel, but I do talk to her at least once a week. She had a dental appointment the other day, and she called me and asked me if I could help with that, and I said, yep, no problem. Anyway, just give you guys a little trivia and a little background. This is what they call Chain of Rocks lock, or lock 27 is what it's known for. They call us into the main chamber, and we will just sit in the middle on this one just like we did the last one. So basically open the doors. They'll open the door, let us in, and open the other doors and let us out. Then we'll head down to St. Louis. Now, I don't know if there's anybody in the chamber. He just called me up to what he calls the main chamber. There's an auxiliary. Both of these locks had main chambers and auxiliary chambers. On the last one, the Melvin lock, and this one, lock 27. I think that's the last lock we go to until we get off the Mississippi and go onto the Ohio. Now we're going to get into the big current of the Mississippi. You guys are doing America's Great Loop. There's two famous icons. One is the St. Louis Arches, and the other one's the Statue of Liberty. So you're knocking one out today. That's the arches right there. We'll get a nice picture of you guys. We'll stop. There's the arches. Woo! Yippee-ki-yay! Now we gotta stop right here about the middle. I'll get some pictures. This is a big one for your little looping scrapbook here. We are leaving the arches, and we went out and got our pictures. And we're moving at almost 5 miles an hour. It's craziness.
Sideways.
Yeah, sideways. That's the current. That is the current inside the Mississippi. It's wait till we pull over to Hoppies if that's where we pull over to. I don't know if we're gonna do that though. We have to see. It pushes 5. Look at all that. Woo!
How many deep?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Is he moving or is he just sitting there?
I don't know. You can't tell by the
Yeah, because there's so much current going on here. That almost looks like a city right there.
I think he's building it.
I got two toes racing each other. Which one's gonna win? We got one hell of a mess here. Oh shit! 40 mile an hour winds, lightning, pretty much your worst case scenario. Pretty much the worst case scenario here. It don't get much worse than this.
You sure this is wise?
Well, I mean, it's either this or we go drop the anchor. You want to drop the anchor in this?
I don't want to tie up to that boat in this.
Oh, well.
It's raining like crazy. Wind's blowing us all over.
Yeah, once I get up to it, though, believe it or not, the current will hold us on it. Big boy docking right here. Never done anything in weather like that before. It's just luck of the draw, man. It is what it is.
You got it straight in there, right? I didn't think it was going to happen more out there. I can't see the back. He can't see anything.
That's just years of practice. That's all it is. End of day 10, complete blackout, lightning, 40 mile an hour winds on Hoppies. Wow, you ain't looping until you done this. Man, what a difference an hour makes. Whew. Look at that. Anyway, end of day 10, guys. Bike, Pam did great. Boat did great. Generator ran perfect. Tomorrow we are gonna make the run to Paducah. Somebody help me in the comments. Anyway, big day today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Share with your friends. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go check out the store. Peace out. Remember, live life with no regret. I do.